Lal, inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues. Immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation. Tuesday, July 27th. I'm Kaieteur. You're on to Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. This is the National Outlook. Thank you for joining. I hope you had a good start to the week. Struggling greens vendors hope for a better tomorrow. Oh my. I feel for them, but I feel for us too. Especially those of our fellow citizens in our communities and across this country. The people we know in church, the people we know in our religious houses, the people we know in our villages, in our regions, who are not so well off, who are not so financially equipped that they can roll with the punches that comes from increased prices. And what we have had is increased prices. Greens, vegetables not as much, but the greens definitely, and I can attest to that because I dabble with the market every now and again. So who is to blame here? The greens vendors say they're struggling. I think they are. The farmers say they're struggling, and I believe that they are. Floodwaters, livestock loss, crop loss, land on the siege. Losses. But I think with the steep increase in prices for everyday greens, for almost every item that comes under the label of greens, the prices have gone up, not steeply, but astronomically. That means, my fellow Guyanese, all the way up to the sky. I think the farmers are taking their piece of the action. I think the wholesalers and the other middlemen are taking their piece of the action. So that is a plus and a plus. And I think the vendors, the ones we face off with, they're taking their piece of the action too. So when you have 1, 2, possibly 3 sets of persons or hands, each adding his percentage, his $50, you know what? You've got something that used to be, make it up, $200 now at $350, maybe $400. So that price has doubled. And I'm using 50 as a very conservative, a low ball estimate. So we need the greens. We can't eat the money. You've heard that one before. And so we've got to have it. But some people are going to have to do with less, and some are going to have to do without. So the situation is, we are hurting. The vendors are hurting, I agree. The farmers are hurting. The middlemen are hurting. But somewhere along the line, there are those who are getting something, maybe even more than what they were getting before, a greater profit margin. Look, economic reality, demand and supply, without getting into the complexities of it. When things are scarce, shortages prompts increase in price. The law of demand. Okay, low supply, same demand, the price. There's only one variable can give there, price. We call it price pressures. Very crude description, but that's what it means. When the supplies are low, whatever the commodity is, and especially with food, something has to give, and the prices give. And who can have it, and who can't? Well, they've got to do without. So prices are going up, and some people are going down. Less greens, less veggies, and I wish it weren't so. I would hope that all this money spending about and splashing about and billions here, that we would really put our arms around flooding. We would be watchful, and let's be honest with each other. We need each other. Let's try. Make $1, not $100 on each item. I'm Kaieteur. This is Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.5 FM, and this was the National Outlook.